Welcome to Answers from the Stairs, an off-the-cuff chat with Chris Vester. On this show, Chris provides insight on all areas of your life, whether it be your business, your relationships, or your health. Chris is a longtime business owner and coach looking to help everyone and anyone find their purpose and beat mediocrity. In his experience, he can teach anyone to reach their true potential. If you're ready to realize your God-given talents, then welcome to the show.
Where does trust come from? You know, it's kind of surprising sometimes how things speak to you. Well, yesterday at church, we started like a revival, a week-long church service. And yesterday morning, one of the things that was discussed was the ability to trust our path. But what was put up there spoke to me, and it probably needed to speak to me in several different ways. But one of the ones that spoke to me was, where does trust come from? And he wrote a simple equation, and he said time plus transparency equals trust. So as leadership teams come together, I think one of the hardest things for us, or for our leadership team, is the ability to inherently trust each other. You know, we've had people on and off the leadership team over the last year and a half, and we started this process of strategic planning, and it makes it very difficult to trust when there's somebody new. And you hope, at least I've always hoped, is that the ability to trust is inherent. In the beginning, at least, you almost have to give up a certain amount of trust in the very beginning, or you're never going to get anywhere. But the lack of trust is probably one of the biggest things that causes failure in a team, is when you don't trust each other. And when I heard that yesterday, I thought, the time part just takes care of itself. Over time, you get to the point where you trust somebody as long as their decisions have been something that builds your trust. The transparency part, I think, is the hardest part. And then a couple of conversations I've had with a couple of the people that are on the leadership team is what I personally need and what I try to give is complete transparency. When I am completely missing something, I talked about blind spots a couple of weeks ago. In fact, I've talked about it twice. I'm not going to see them. I'm never going to see them, because that's the reason they're called blind spots. They're not called discovery spots, right? And if I'm completely missing something because it is squarely on my blind spot, I need the transparency of team members to be able to say to me, you missed it. Transparency. On the flip side, I need the ability to be transparent with my team members without them taking offense. And I talked about how sometimes my approach can cause them to take offense. So that's what I've got to work on. But the transparency still got to be there, right? So I thought it would be helpful to share something I heard at church yesterday that I can relate 100% to every aspect of life, but even business. Time plus transparency equals trust. Give yourself enough time, be completely transparent, and the trust will happen.
Thank you for listening to Answers from the Stairs with Chris Vester, and for using the insights you gained to find your purpose and strength in anything you do. Tune in next week for another chat with Chris, and don't forget that reaching your true potential is not easy, but it's worth the work to find it and live in it. Until next time.